Hi, I'm Amy from Pebbles and Plans, and in this video I'm going to be pushing my flying comfort zone. If you've seen any of my previous videos, and if so, thank you very much for watching them, you'll probably know I'm recovering from a fear of flying. If you'd like to see how I've gone about tackling it, I'll link the most relevant video below. I travelled to London Gatwick for what I'm calling a positioning flight. I flew to Ronaldsway Airport on the Isle of Man, spending only around 1 hour in the air. I've actually become pretty comfortable with these types of flight now. This whole video came about because of a comment that I made to a lady sat next to me on the experience flight that was part of the EasyJet Fearless Flyer course that I did last year. I said to her that this was all very well, but there's no way you would get me on one of those little tiny prop planes. But I feel that I've come quite far now and I am ready to challenge myself. So no, I'm not going on a tiny prop plane, but I am going on a turboprop.
I'm pleased to welcome you to the Isle of Man, where the time is 9:23, so we're about 10 minutes ahead of schedule.
So I booked myself on a flight from the Isle of Man to Manchester with Loganair on a turboprop plane. I had around 3 hours before my more interesting flight, so I wandered down to Ronaldsway Halt, just 10 minutes walk from the airport. From here you can get a steam train either towards Douglas or Port Erin. At the information desk at the airport you can get a timetable. And that was the steam train. I don't have time to ride it today, unfortunately. I've got to go back to the airport. There was a tree on the line earlier, therefore the first train today was cancelled, which is sad, but at least I got to see it. Back at the airport, it was soon time to board.
697 to Manchester, the Corporation for Code Share Partner British Airways is now ready for boarding through gate number 5.
If you'd like a good view of the propeller on an ATR 72-600, I recommend row 5.
The emergency exits are located, 2 at the front, 1 on each side of the cabin, and 2 at the rear, 1 on each side. Low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, please leave all baggage on board. Please familiarise yourself with your nearest exit, which may be behind you. A life jacket is under your seat. If needed, remove it from its case, put it over your head, pass the tapes around your waist and tie in a double knot at the side.
Here's my first takeoff in a turboprop. The engine noise was not as loud as I expected, although I'm not at all suggesting it was quiet. I enjoyed my complimentary Tunnocks wafer, although they are a common sight in my own home. And here is the landing at Manchester.
It's very difficult. It's so, honestly, I've had a great relationship with both of them together. But over the years, she's just, she almost knew what my problem just before I said
Good morning and welcome to my hotel room. It is the following day and after a good night's sleep I'm actually finally able to get my thoughts together and provide a summary and a little update on how I felt things went yesterday. So first, costs. The flight from the Isle of Man to Manchester on Loganair cost £66.40. I paid extra for seat selection, but I didn't pay any extra for luggage or anything. I just took a personal item. I did also buy the flight in a New Year's sale, so I got a small discount for that. On the subject of personal items, the personal item size is slightly smaller than EasyJet, so you might want to be aware of that. So how did it go? Well, the flight into the Isle of Man, on the approach I felt it was a little bit bumpy. A normal person would probably not have noticed it at all. It's just my nerves probably, but I was just a little bit aware that it was slightly bumpy on the way in, so that made me a little bit wary of my flight out on a smaller aircraft. As it happened, I had absolutely nothing to worry about at all. I had a super smooth flight, and I absolutely loved every second of it. I know this is going to sound a little bit crazy, but it felt more comfortable being on the turboprop plane than being on jet plane, which I've been on several times before. But it felt more familiar. It felt like being in a car is the only way I could describe it. The change of the sound of the engines was like the pilot was simply pressing the accelerator pedal down and easing off of it when he needed to. I don't know, it just felt actually more comfortable. What can I say? I would absolutely go on a turboprop again, in a heartbeat. I really loved it. And now I'm thinking, what do I need to do next? How can I push things further? Well, I need to go on an even smaller plane. And I do actually have an idea about that. So hopefully I will do that one day. I don't know when that will be, but I will obviously record that and put a video up when I am able to. So I hope that was interesting, and I hope you enjoyed my little video, and everybody take care, look after yourselves, and happy flying.